Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik again, and this is a game war on the Pacific Advance Edition. This is my play by email match against Deaniks. He's the Japanese player, and for me it is Allied side. 17th January 42 turn, one more base. The Philippine Sea is change ownership. The Japanese are also still unloading troops at Palmbang. I fully expect that Palmbang will fall today. But let's see. My submarines at Saigon trying attack on a mini tanker at Japan, but no success. And more bombardments to weaken the enemy position at Pegu. Some casualties, some damage. Now is unloading of supplies. But the Palmbang have no real defense value, so no heavy guns. There's also a light cargo ship. My torpedoes of course are not working. Attack on enemy light cruiser at Truk. This is I think the enemy carrier fleet returning to Truk. Deep water, very hard for Japan early on to achieve any hits. The enemy 3rd carrier division is still around Palmbang and scouting here everything. And I detect all the enemy carrier and surface fleets. But first some Tojos trying to attack me at Singapore, and I have my cap active. Maybe this is going for my supply convoys, but luckily I can kill one enemy by flak. Manila sweep, heavily sweeping Manila. And also heavily bombarding my troops in China. And here's the airstrike against Batavia. I think there's a fleet, so I try to lure the enemy. I have here some Dutch, you can see Dutch Hurricane 2Bs, but I have only 8. Dutch Buffaloes without armor protection and Dutch Hawks. So let's see, I can nearly wipe out all the dive bombers. And only losing one of my Buffaloes. And again, this dive bombers attacking at 9,000 feet, so they're making horizontal attack but not a dive attack. Okay. Now the Mavis are the lucky one. 3 torpedo hits on a small cargo ship is of course enough to sink it. And this is the end of Charlotte. So my first carrier division is now finally completely wiped out by the Japanese at Port Moresby. Tja. It was not possible to get the fires under control. Lexington and Charlotte lost. Good, the battle for Nanyang, the next one. I can hold. This was, I think, tank attack, I would say, because there are mostly tanks attacking me. I was able to disable them. Fine. Bombardment. And bombardment again. And attack on Palme. So the full 38th division is attacking here. Of course, no chance for me.
Hello, you fighting orphans of the Pacific. This is your favorite enemy, Orphan Anne, at Radio Tokyo, with music to lift your spirits and words to depress your morale. But first, Imperial General Headquarters announced today that the ever-victorious forces of the Japanese Empire have captured Palembang.
Good. So, important day for Japan to take Palembang. The rest was just so. So, let's use and see you soon. So, there was some air battle over Singapore with the Tojos and over Batavia. The Japanese lost at the end 13 aircraft, 1 over-reported, so I get 9 dive bombers, 2 Tojos, a Mavis and a Jack. For me, 3 aircraft, 2 Hurricanes and the Buffalo. The Hurricanes are really painful because I don't have much stock. On top, there was also the loss of Charlotte, the carrier, and a small cargo ship trying to resupply Luzon, lost in battle. Good. Hawaii, nothing really. Also here at Alaska, I try to build up here the bases. And maybe in the future also Adak and Attu Island, but this is later. First I won't go for up to Dutch Harbor. It's really only a forward base, nothing more. Oh, we'll find here. There's only a task force, I think, just arrived out of the box and resupplied some fuel, so the task force is a little low on action points. But nothing else. The rest is fine. Ships going in, going out around the map. So far, no real threat of enemy surface radars or submarines. Pago is fine. Only a little near to the maximum stacking limit. Still not really a busy activity around here in New Caledonian. The Japanese took New Caledonian and Luganville. Okay. But there's not really an attempt to build up this bases quickly. A lot of ships are here in Rabur, so I guess there are a lot of troops getting here unloaded, but I cannot try anything here. I only have the little amount of submarines I have. So I see that the enemy formation is returning to Truk, so this is the carriers and the first and the second carrier division plus the cover force. And for me, Port Moresby is now safe. Again, I try to build up a little support because Yeah, level 1 port was really not enough to help with firefighting. Of course, now it's too late to build up the port, but for the future. What is left here in the port, what I can try to repair, are still the submarines and heavy light cruiser and 2 destroyers. So I really lost only the 2 carriers. And all support ships are fine so far. Of course, it would be better to lose only some destroyers or cruisers and not carriers, but no. The Japanese took Palmbang. I don't have any information because for the turn after this I get a feeling how much is destroyed, but because this is AR mod, you don't have any engineers here. It's very unlikely that there's heavy damage to Palmbang, and that is, I think, for everyone better. My submarine's trying to make here a blockade. It's of course shallow water, so a little risky, but yeah, I must see. And I lost 1 cargo ship trying to reach Manila. So it was a fully loaded cargo ship. So I guess I lost maybe similar to this ship. Or maybe a 2-point ship. So maybe 1,000 supplies are lost. But anyway, if I only get 1,000 or 2,000 supplies to Manila, it will help me because I'm already under 20,000. And 20,000 is normally the minimum you need for fully operational airbase. My fighters are here still trying to train and getting better and that better, so I'm closing 65 to nearly 60 is coming close to fully front line ready fighter pilots. The Japanese are also now in Rangoon and retreating here south, so my official status is Burma Road is open. So I still get here 500 or 2,000 supplies per day for free. I really don't know more. Yeah. But other issue is that the Chinese army is so low on supplies, they are still taking all the supplies I ship in, and all the supplies are more or less, I think, sucked away by Chinese forces. A completely dry start of the war, so this is why the Japanese can also kick them so easy. And India, nothing really to talk about India, everything is fine. I can only say that Abadan is out of supplies and Eden is out of fuel and low on supplies more or less, so I really send fuel from Abadan to Karachi, and then from Karachi 10% of the fuel I will send to Eden to get fuel here that I can run all my ships. I'm also starting to empty Cape Town, so I also have no fuel more in Cape Town but enough supplies, so I must start to transfer from UK the fuel to Cape Town. Once this is done, I maybe can take the fuel from Canada, but Canada don't produce a lot of fuel, so this makes no really sense. UK is producing 500 per day, a little more. In worst case, I must also start to transfer from Eastern USA fuel to Cape Town, because here is more or less unlimited fuel and unlimited supplies. But I think the distance from New York is higher or greater. Good. Nothing really else to talk. Submarines are around Japan, but not really successful. Here was a tank attack, and my forces was able to hold the line. I still have fort level 1, but no leftover supplies. My units are also now low on supplies, so demand of supplies is really high. On Xi'an, where I hope to get more supplies in, it's also impossible to really supply this base with additional supplies. At least my units are all well supplied, and so I can get all the disabled equipment sooner or later ready for action. Yeah. Good, and see you next time. Take care, bye bye.